Lady of the House is now shining a spotlight on South Africa's vibrant dance music scene with a bold mission to empower women and non-binary artists. This is through education, through storytelling, and also representation. Lady of the House is an international movement. It's a platform, a community dedicated to celebrating and elevating women and non-binary people. And this is across the music industry. From grassroots activism to global collaborations, the organization champions diversity, equity, and creative freedom within electronic music and beyond. And so this morning for this chat, we're going to be joined by Leila McKenzie, who is the founder of Lady of the House. Leila, good morning. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Thank you for having me with your lovely coat.
Thank you. We're in the Spirit of Africa month. And I wonder if we're looking at the initiative that obviously you're here to speak about and partnering with Money Badu. Tell us a little bit more about that collaboration, the importance of this as well.
Yes, so we've just launched now in South Africa with Money Badu as our ambassador, our First Lady of South Africa. We was on Africa Rising Music Conference 2 days ago, and we had an amazing panel session with Gigi Lemaine, Shamiso and Namakai Star, and of course Money. And there we talked about, you know, why we're doing Lady of the House here and how much amazing talent is in South Africa. The music, just amazing. We want to highlight this and platform it. So we announced that we are launching a demo contest to find the next wave of women and non-binary talent from South Africa.
Sure, and if we're even just looking at accessibility, because, you know, you're accessing the marginalized communities as well to really get to the grassroots. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, so, you know, we really want to get this in front of people that don't always have the opportunity that others might have to access the music industry. You know, there is a lot of barriers to entry, especially economically. Which is also why part of the prizes that we are offering are production kits, scholarship at a very, very famous music academy for dance music, Pete Tong's DJ Academy. We're making the process very easy for people to enter. They can enter it online and just upload their music, and it doesn't have to be finished. It can be quite raw, you know, because we understand not everybody has got the mixing and mastering equipment to do things like this. So yeah, it's really important to us that we reach people that don't always have an opportunity to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking about showcasing and accessibility as well, tell us about why Africa is critical to this movement. If we're looking at the global scene at large, how Africa fits into that story.
Look, you know, the music that comes out of South Africa has always been amazing. Yeah. But I personally, you know, I've worked across the world, and there's certain places in the world that have amazing music but are not at the forefront as they should be. You know, it's a societal problem, it's a world problem, and we can only do what we can do in our individual capacities to make changes. And, you know, I've worked in the music business for 23 years, and I've always made it a point of mine since I became aware of, you know, the disparity, to try to help and uplift other people to be able to, you know, have a position and have a voice and have visibility. And I think it's right now, it's South Africa's time for that. It's a very exciting time.
And because of your experience in the industry as well, I mean, if we're even just looking at the barriers to entry for women and non-binary persons, tell us a little bit more about those challenges that experience and really how you're also assisting on that front.
Yeah, you know, I think the barriers to entry for women is a global issue, okay? This is not just a South African issue, it's across, you know, UK, America, Europe, South America, across the globe, everywhere, Asia. Women are, as they are in most industries, at a disadvantage to their male counterparts. I think in South Africa in particular, why it's important to uplift women here is because, you know, there is already barriers to entry and disadvantages anyway. So then women that have got multiple intersections, you know, women that are from more disadvantaged backgrounds economically, black women, brown women, queer women, you know, they're going to have it harder than, you know, women that aren't from them intersections. So this is why it's really important to help and uplift, you know, in any way that we can, each other.
Yeah. We're walking each other home, holding each other's hands. I just want you to remind us of how people can contact you as one if they want to be part of the movement, how they get in touch, just as we wrap up.
So they can follow us on Instagram, which is Official Lady of the House.
Okay.
And also if they want to enter submission to the contest, they can find that information on our Instagram.
Okay. All right, Layla, thank you so much for joining us bright and early this morning. Of course, Layla McKenzie, Lady of the House founder, chatting about amplifying the voices of women and non-binary artists. This is in the electronic music, of course, just looking at the strides that have been taken, but also mitigating against the challenges that they continue to face.